In this video, I will be talking about my experience with buying my first stock ever, and I will give you tips and tricks that you should put to use to do the same for your investment journey. Buying stocks has become easier than ever with investing in an asset available at the swipe of a button, and as such, it can be sometimes overwhelming to understand what brokerage to use, what stocks to buy, and how many of these stocks to buy. I would suggest watching this video until the very end as it goes into intricate details of what factors you should consider at each step of your stock buying journey, and towards the end provides a couple tips to make sure your investments actually provide for substantial gains. And we are starting right now. What's going on, guys? This is Shuril and you're watching Modest Millennial, where we talk about all things money that they don't teach you in school. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel and like the video below if you love the idea of saving, investing, and growing your money. So jumping right into it, the first stock that I ever bought was back in April of 2016 when Robinhood, the meme investing platform, was relatively brand new and not many people actually knew about the platform. But having grown up listening about stocks in the news, I was always fascinated by the idea of owning stocks one day. But guess what? I had no idea about the basics of investing, how to grow wealth, or even how to manage my portfolio. So, of course, the way I went about picking my first stock ever on Robinhood was how a drunk person at a bar would throw darts at the dartboard, pretty much aimlessly. Fortunately, my dart still hit the bullseye, and I ended up buying an up-and-coming social media company stock at the time, Twitter. Yes, my first stock was buying 6 shares of Twitter at a price of roughly $16 a share. I just checked the price of Twitter before recording this video, and it was right around $69.96. That means a whopping gain of 337% over the past just 5 years. But the adrenaline from buying my first stock ever was so high that I couldn't fathom the idea of holding onto it for so long, and sold the 6 shares literally 2 days later for a total profit of, you ready for this? $8. I have learned a lot over the past 5 years, but in this video I want to give you the basics of buying your first stock from what I have learned, so you don't lose out on that sweet 337% in gains from your investments. So here we go, guys. The first thing you want to do in starting your investment journey is to choose a brokerage company. When choosing a brokerage, it is important to keep in mind what your investing goals are and how much research and education material you need to get started with your investment journey. There is no one fixed method to get guaranteed returns, but there is a learning curve when it comes to starting from thinking of buying your first stock all the way up to actually buying and holding your first stock. If you are a beginner with stock investing, you may want to pick a brokerage that offers good educational resources and easy access to customer service. I have used Fidelity and Robinhood for the past couple of years. The ease of access and educational material on Fidelity has a bottomless pit, but Robinhood interface is so much more intuitive to buy stocks or sell stocks. Also, your brokerage can also depend on the type of investment account you want to start investing in. For example, Robinhood only offers brokerage services at the moment, whereas some big names such as Fidelity and Vanguard offer brokerage, Roth IRA, or even a 401k account. So you are able to select based on if you just want to trade in and out of a couple stocks or actually want to invest for the long term using tax advantage accounts like the Roth IRA. When investing for long term, some stocks like AT&T and Ford can also help you make passive income on a monthly or quarterly basis in the form of dividends. It may be beneficial to see how intuitive it is to understand from the brokerage you will be using what your returns are from the stock, what income you are generating, and what the long-term buy rating of that stock is. Another factor that is very important before picking a broker is to figure out if the brokerage is regulated or not. There are regulations such as SIPC, FINRA, and FDIC that a brokerage can be approved to. But this is another video by itself. But for now, make sure to research this a bit before choosing a brokerage. I cannot stress enough on this particular factor, but this can make a difference of thousands of dollars in your retirement or long-term gains. Yes, the fees for investing. Some brokerages such as Fidelity used to charge upwards of $5 a trade on their platform. But Fidelity has come to a point where in order to stay competitive, from what I know, they at least let you trade Fidelity funds and ETFs for no commission. It may be beneficial to research what kind of fees brokerages charge to execute trades before diving headfirst into the lucrative offers they provide for joining. Again, Robinhood has faced a lot of heat in the recent times, but to this day, I still use the platform to make some minor trades and keep a quick track of my stocks. And finally, for choosing a brokerage, it comes down to the technology they use. Some brokerages may still be available to use on a computer only, while some others may have a mobile app that you can use while you are on the go to either trade stocks or to keep track of how your investments are doing. Some of the larger brokerages such as Fidelity do have a website, a mobile app, and phone access to customer service to rely on. But I have found that Vanguard's overall interface on both phone and the website can be a little tricky to navigate through for beginners. Congratulations, you now have achieved step 1 of many in buying your first stock. The next thing to do is to deposit money in your brokerage account. How else were you planning on buying your first stock? By exchanging gold? Depositing money is a relatively easy thing to do, and most times you may be able to figure out how to do it just by playing around with your brokerage company's mobile or website interface for just a couple minutes. But the important thing to do for depositing money to buy your first stock are to first of all make sure you actually have money available in your checking account to transfer to your brokerage to buy stocks. This is a very easy step and involves logging into your checking account and making sure that you will have the money left over to buy your first stock after all the expenses such as bills and Starbucks have been paid for. To actually transfer money from your bank account to your brokerage account, here is what you need to do. Most brokerages will have a tab called either transfer or fund or deposit or something similar. Once you click on one of these tabs for the first time, the brokerage interface will ask you to link your bank account that has money that you would like to use to buy stocks. You will need that bank account's routing number and account number to be able to link that bank account to your brokerage firm. With how advanced everything is these days, a lot of brokerages will just let you click on the bank you have the account with and then sign into your bank account, and that will magically link your account to the brokerage account. Once you have added your bank account, it is pretty straightforward to deposit money. Just put a dollar number in the deposit tab based on how much you are willing to transfer and then click deposit. Easy peasy. The next and the most exciting thing to do, the thing that you clicked on this video for, is to decide on what stock to buy and to actually buy it. Finally guys, you are so close to actually executing that first trade to start your investing journey. But what do you actually buy? It can be very confusing when you have just started your investment journey to figure out what stock to actually buy. You are all excited as your brokerage account is finally open, the bank account has linked already, and money has been transferred, and you are ready to start making some sweet gains. But wait, does money transfer mean it has already been invested? Or do you need to do something else to make sure that you start making some cash? It really depends on the type of account you have. Some accounts like the workplace 401ks will automatically invest your money for you. But for your brokerage account or your individual retirement account, you actually have to take an additional step to invest that money by yourself in a stock that you like. If you are a new investor, here are some things that may be helpful. When deciding where to first invest your money, think of products that you or your family and friends use regularly. Look at the phone in your hand. Are you using an iPhone? All of your friends are using an iPhone? Great. Apple, the company that makes iPhones, is listed on the stock market and can be invested in. Do you use toilet paper on a daily basis? Procter & Gamble, that makes toilet paper, is listed on the stock market as well. Where do you buy your groceries and toilet paper from? Costco? That's awesome. Costco is listed on the stock market for your investing convenience. Oh wait, are you telling me you buy it from Walmart instead? Now what? Don't worry. Walmart is listed on the stock market as well. See, it can be very easy to figure out what stock to actually pick as your first investment choice. But what if you are a freak living in the woods, have never heard of what an iPhone is, you eat fruits and vegetables from trees instead of buying groceries, and who needs toilet paper as that stream of water is right next door? Just smash the like button already. For you, my friend, the easiest thing to invest in is a broad market index fund. Remember when we said that some brokerages don't charge commission for buying their own funds? These are exactly the funds you want to consider owning. If you are a Vanguard customer, you may look into funds such as VOO or VTI. Broad market index funds are a bucket of stocks of several different companies that Vanguard has chosen for you to invest in, and does not require much research on your part to actually invest into. Funds like these can be easy picks if you are just starting out and have zero idea of what you are doing with your money. Once you have decided where you want to invest your money, it can be pretty easy. Just see how many stocks you can buy from the money you transfer to your brokerage account. Click on the trade button on your phone or computer, input the number of stocks you can buy, and hit the buy button to execute the trade. Couple things you want to consider when investing your money. Number one is to not follow how I invested my money into Twitter 5 years ago, and to actually think of buying stocks as a long-term thing. Short-term investing is not guaranteed to make you money, and long-term investing almost always works out in your favor. And number two is to keep your emotions out of investing. Don't get too attached to a stock or too emotional about it just because that stock was your first investment ever. And if that stock was a mistake or is losing you money, consider selling it and taking your business someplace else. Not investment advice. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And as always, please don't forget to like this video below and subscribe to my channel for more personal finance content. Also, if you're tired of just watching me in this small frame, please follow me on Instagram, where I share spicy insights of my personal life and how I save money pretty much on a daily basis. Alright everyone, see you again soon. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel.